Hey everybody, Evan the Fruman Jew coming at you bros again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 Capcom games made for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now this list is of course inspired by the new DuckTales Remastered, which was recently released on PS3, Steam. I don't think it's come to Xbox Live yet, but of course this is the PS3 version. It's the only version that you can get with a case. It doesn't come with a disc, it does come with a digital download, and I will be giving this away next week. I will tell you at the end of the video what you have to do to register for the contest. It's nothing big, but hopefully you guys enjoy the video and register to win this awesome game. So without further ado, let's get into the top 10 Capcom NES games. Number 10 is Disney's Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. Yes, a lot of games on this list are going to be Disney, as Capcom had to deal with Disney and they made a lot of good games. This is one that maybe didn't get the respect that it deserved at the time, but I've noticed recently a lot of people have been talking about this game as being pretty good. I actually owned this game as a kid when I was 8-9 years old. I just saw it in the store and I was like, that looks fun, I'll get it. And you know what, I did have a hell of a lot of fun with it. It's a bunch of mini games. There's some side scrollers, there's some driving, so there's good variety. It's a game that you can just pick up and play, and you don't have to worry about the storyline or all that jazz. Just good old classic Nintendo, and that's why that's number 10 on the list. Number 9 on the list is a game that was a spawn from another series, another Capcom series. This one is Gargoyles Quest 2 for the NES, the sequel to Gargoyles Quest on the Game Boy. This is a pretty cool game. It's an action platformer with some RPG elements, kind of similar to Zelda 2 in style, where it has an overhead view and then side-scrolling levels. So it's a really good game, kind of a rare game. It's tough to get your hands on, but I don't think it's on Virtual Console yet. I know the original game's on the 3DS version. So yeah, Gargoyles Quest, great game, number 9. Number 8 is DuckTales 2. Yes, DuckTales 2. Great game on the NES. Speaking of games that are really rare and hard to find, this is one. It was released late in the life of the NES. I'm very lucky and very happy to own this. Of course, I did not have this as a kid, as when this one came out, I had already moved on to the Genesis 16-bit area. Yes, I was a Genesis kid, not a Super Nintendo kid. But this is a really good game. Really nice follow-up to the first DuckTales game. Added a few extra elements like being able to buy items after levels. Had some good replay value and some new moves and new items. So DuckTales 2, number 8. And keeping with the duck theme, we got Darkwing Duck for the NES. Darkwing Duck, many people call it a Mega Man clone, which for the most part it is. It has your standard, so you can select a stage, you can change different weapons. The only thing different is it has you can use your cape as a shield, and then it has a nice little clinging mechanism that adds to the platforming element of the game. So there it is, number 7, Darkwing Duck, Let's Get Dangerous. Number 6 on the list is a shmup. I know a lot of people hate that term, but I use it freely. It's called Legendary Wings. If you guys know me, I'm not the hugest shmup fan in the world, but I do enjoy a good shmup, don't get me wrong, but I'm not one of those crazy, insane people like, the GameSat guys that play them incessantly. But I do like Legendary Wings for the fact that it has an awesome graphical style. It has kind of a mythological feel to it, as well as it being a 2-player game. Now, of course, with the NES and its limitations, there is a lot of slowdown, especially in the 2-player version, but if you know me, you know I love 2-player games. I think gaming is best with a friend, and that's why Legendary Wings, number 6 on the list. Number 5 on the list is when we really start getting into the good stuff, and probably my favorite 8-bit series of all time, Mega Man, and Mega Man 6 makes it to number 5 on my list. I feel obviously this. I didn't play this game when it came out as well because it did come out so late in the NES's lifespan, but it really was a welcome addition after the letdown of Mega Man 4 and Mega Man 5, which kind of just did the same thing over and over again. Mega Man 6 added new powers. The graphical style was a little crisper and cleaner, and I just thought this was a fantastic game and one of the best games of the Mega Man series, and that's why it's number 5 on this list. Now, number 4 on this list, shockingly, I was just as shocked to find this out as you probably will be. I don't own it, and that's Ghosts and Goblins. When I was putting this list together and pulling out my games from my collection, I was like, "Where's my Ghosts and Goblins?" And then I went to my list. I keep a updated list of all my games, and no Ghosts and Goblins. And I was like, "Really? I don't have Ghosts and Goblins?" So yeah, can't hold up and show you the disc of Ghosts and Goblins, but it's number 4 on this list. Ghosts and Goblins was one of the first arcade games I ever played, and also obviously one of the hardest games I ever played. It was just so appealing to me. It had that spooky style with spooky music, and it was just a fun action platformer, but it's so hard. I've obviously never beaten it. I don't think I've ever even made it to like level 4, but it's fun to pick up and play. I do have it on all their platforms. I do have Ghouls and Ghosts for the Genesis, so now I know I need to get it on the NES because I thought I had it and I don't. So there you go, number 4, Ghosts and Goblins. Number 3, going back to the Mega Man series, shocking, is the original Mega Man. This was not the first Mega Man game I played. This was probably the second or third Mega Man game I played. I remember I never owned it as a kid, but I rented it a few times. I remember it being a lot more difficult than Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3. And I eventually did beat this game about 12 years ago, back when I was in college at Western Michigan. I said I'm beating the original Mega Man, and it was hard, and it took me a long time. It took me a lot of continues, but I finally did it, and it was one of my biggest pleasures as a gamer was knocking this one off my list and beating it. So there you have it, number 3, Mega Man for the NES. Number two is a game that was just recently re-released. So, the original DuckTales. I like this game a lot. Let's just put it that way. I do like it obviously better than the sequel. I just feel it's a perfect game. The whole pogo platforming element was new and fun. The being able to pick different stages. For some reason, I always liked the quirky part where when you went to the African mines and it would take you to Transylvania to get that key. And for some reason, I was really looking forward to it on the HD Remastered doing that. And they took it out. So I don't know why I like that part that much, but I do. And DuckTales is one of the best games ever made, the best Disney Capcom game ever made, and arguably the greatest soundtrack in video game history, and that's why it's number 2 on this list. And the only game that can dethrone DuckTales as a Capcom game for the NES is one of my favorite games of all time, a game that has just as good a soundtrack as DuckTales, maybe better, and a game that is just I can just pick up and play anytime and just have a blast with, and that's Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 took the first one and perfected it tenfold, and it has not been duplicated. I know a lot of people say Mega Man 3 is better. I don't see why. I wish I could list the reasons, but I'm not going that too far in depth. This is the best of the 10 best games, not the games that I think aren't the 10 best games. So Mega Man 2, fun, hard. I love the fact that it has 2 difficulty settings, so when you master the game, it gets a lot harder. Just because you can master it on the normal mode doesn't mean that you can beat it on the hard mode. So Mega Man 2, number 1, my favorite Capcom game ever made for the NES. So there you have it. And now I'm going to tell you how you can win yourselves a copy of DuckTales Remastered HD for the PS3. Simply, in the comments below, leave a comment. If you want 1 entry, tell me your favorite Capcom NES game. If you want 5 entries, give me your top 5 Capcom NES games. If you want 10 entries, give me your top 10 Capcom NES games. Now, I'm also going to do, for people that do a video response of either their top 5 or their top 10, I'm going to give you 20 entries. I just think it would be cool to give a little more credit to the people that put in a little more effort. And today is Saturday, August 31st. The contest is going to last a week, so it will end next Saturday, September 7th. All entries, all comments, all videos need to be in by that day at midnight. And by midnight I mean 12 a.m. Pacific time, because I'm out in Vegas. And have your entry in by then. I'll pick a winner the following day on Sunday, so keep your eyes open that day. It's going to be completely random, but like I said, the more you do, the more drawings you get. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and happy gaming. See you later.